We are literally like the laziest generation ever since like the beginning of Earth started. And I'm saying this to you as I'm like sitting here in a room on a couch with a blanket, like talking to a camera, trying to make this my job. So I'm not like excluding myself from this general statement, but we truly are like the laziest generation ever. And that's a problem. Like we are losing our skills. We're getting dumber and dumber, really. Like that's actually the problem here. And let's just think back to like the beginning of civilization, like even as far as back as you could think. Like let's think cavemen, right? Like you never as a caveman would have imagined there's going to be a day in the future where you could just sit in your cave and DoorDash some freaking deer to your like cave. You would have just never thought that. It like I just don't even know how we got to this level of like convenience and laziness. And obviously there's like pros and cons to everything. So it's not like, okay, like being lazy is completely horrible. It's not like, well, being lazy is horrible. But being having convenience and things that are, easier than they used to, that's not all completely a problem. But also I feel like now we have reached the other extreme where it's like we're not cavemen, we're lazy. Like we need to be somewhere in the middle. This really kind of came into my mind for the first time ever. It was when I was trying to make almond butter at home because I got into my almond butter era. I was buying like the organic or clean ingredient one from the store. And I kid you not, it was $9 for this little jar of almond butter. And I was buying that expensive one because it was like clean ingredients. And the only ingredients were almonds and salt. And I thought to myself, okay, like how hard could it be to make this almond butter? Because there's no reason I need to be spending $9 for one jar of almond butter. And I made it at home. It was, I don't know, probably took me like 30 minutes. It really wasn't that, I guess, it's not as complicated as you think. And the point that I'm getting to with this is that we are so removed from the skills that it takes to be like self-sufficient humans that we don't even know that we're paying for convenience. We feel like we're just paying for the service. Like there's no other option. Throughout this episode, I'm going to talk a lot about food because I feel like that's one that we probably spend majority of our money on, that are things that we should know how to make ourselves, especially considering the fact that it's food. Like if the world were to like have a catastrophic event tomorrow and we couldn't just go to the store and buy like pre-made almond butter or tomato sauce or whatever it is that you buy from the store, bread, we would all be like, holy shit, like what am I gonna eat? Like we know how to cook other things, but like it's like almost like the basics. We're missing the basics. Like we're missing like the ABCs of skills. I sew obviously like for waisted apparel, and you would be surprised how much people come to me to just like hem little things from like pants, like, oh, I just want this to be like a little tighter, or can you just hem the bottom so it's like less long. This is all like the ABC of sewing, and don't get me wrong, like easy money for me, but it is crazy that this is like a skill that are like grandparents and their parents and just like a couple of generations ago that they had and that they kind of mastered, and things that were just like common knowledge. Like, okay, like women had this set of knowledge and men had this set of knowledge, and we all kind of were self-sufficient society. And maybe, you were in a hurry or in a pinch, or you didn't feel like doing this because you're more busy with that. And then in that scenario, you would pay for convenience. You would like take the little shortcut. But nowadays, it's not a shortcut anymore. Like the convenient way is the only way. Like I have been wanting now, I'm past the almond butter era, right? Let's skip forward, okay? Caveman, whatever. I'm past my almond butter era. The other day I was thinking, okay, I don't want to keep buying food that comes in cans because I was watching this thing about how like canned food is bad for you because the cans have a lining on the inside of like some sort of plastic that protects the food from interacting with the can and having those chemicals like leach into your food. So instead they're like colliding with the plastic. So I was like, okay, great. You're just trading one problem for another. But the point is, I was like, okay, I need to cut out the things that I buy in cans. And I really don't buy that many things in cans, just more like tomato paste or tomato sauce, things like that. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh my God, like, how am I going to get like tomato paste now? Like, I don't think they sell tomato paste in many other ways. And I was like, oh my God, like, you sound ridiculous. Like, how about you learn to make tomato paste? Like, it can't be that hard. Like, usually it's just one ingredient in the bag. I looked it up. It's so easy. It's as easy as the freaking almond butter. It's like no time. And again, there's a time and place. I'm not saying like, we need to go back to being cavemen and women. Like, we need to like eliminate all convenience. But what I'm saying is we should have the skills that it takes for us to be like self-reliant, self-sufficient, smart human beings with skills and stuff. And then when you're in a hurry or in a pinch or not in the mood or, oh my God, I forgot to make more tomato paste and I thought I had some for this recipe, but I don't. Then you'd be like, babe, can you please go to the store and get me some tomato paste? That would be the time where convenience should be your best friend. That's a time where it's like, wow, I'm so glad I live in this day and age where now I don't have to make a different recipe just because I don't have the time to make some tomato paste. And this obviously goes far beyond food and like sewing. Like, we don't know how to garden and grow our own fruits and veggies. We don't know how to like be our own like nurses. I don't think that's the right term. But for example, growing up in Cuba, if there was something wrong, like my grandma knew how to do so many things to like keep me well before I would have to go to a hospital. Like, even just think of movies. Like, you know how like somebody gets shot in a movie and then that guy goes and like takes him somewhere and then like there's like this lady and she like pulls out the bullet and like sanitizes it and like stitches him up and they have this little kit and stuff. When's the last time that you've been to anybody's house apart from your mom? Because I feel like these skills have died off from like our grandparents and our parents. Like, I feel like that was the last generation that had any skills worth having. When's the last time like that you went to your like best friend's house and she has like a first aid kit with like sewing stuff in case you need stitches? Like, we just don't have this knowledge. Literally, if there was an apocalypse tomorrow, a zombie apocalypse, we wouldn't know like how to take care of ourselves. Like, this generation, like, forget our parents and our grandparents, they were safe, right? They got shipped off to Mars. Elon Musk got them. Now it's just you and me. And a zombie apocalypse happens. And we can't go outside. Girl, we don't know how to garden. We don't know how to make our own food. We don't know how to fix a wound. What do we know how to do? Like, truly, like, what do we know how to do? Apart from like, look it up. What if there was no Wi-Fi? What if there was no phone? The zombie apocalypse happens. There's no more phone. You can't just look it up. What are we going to do? Oh my God. It is so embarrassing, the lack of skills that we have. And realizing this, it really has inspired me to go on a journey of kind of developing these skills because I feel like obviously they're so important, not just in case of a zombie apocalypse, but just to have as like humans. Like, it is so important for us to pass these skills down generation to generation. Like, think of how long it took for us to get here as a society, and think of how little time it has took for us to basically abolish all of those skills that took hundreds and hundreds of years to polish and like pass down and to even like acquire the knowledge of how to do certain things. Like, for example, I think of my dad growing up in Cuba. Cuba is so extremely poor. Now, obviously, a lot of the people there, if not everybody, has a lot of skills, more than the average Joe, because of necessity. So even thinking of my dad, for example, he knows how to build a complete house from start to finish. Like, that's not his job. Like, that's not what, his profession is, but he just knows how to do it because he had to do it for himself over time. Like, you learn how to like do pipe work and run water lines and do the electrical work and put up a wall and fix a roof. And then eventually you learn so many parts that now you know how to build a house. Like, my dad has built multiple, like, what do you call those? Like, efficiencies, I think they're called. Like when you build like a little apartment and stuff for people to live there. He could build a whole house, like obviously if he had enough time and care. But my point is he knows how to do that. Like I've literally watched my dad do the entire process of building a home. Hello? Like you couldn't pay me to tell you how to like change a tire. Actually, you could. I actually kind of do have like some sort of knowledge to how to change a tire. But you know what I'm saying? Like the level of skills that the generations before us had compared to us is crazy. And we're only getting lazier. Like it doesn't even stop where we're only getting lazier. This is the beginning of the laziest generations to come. Like we are the forefront. We are actually like the pioneers of the lazy generations to come. We have ChatGPT now. Like you don't even have to think anymore. You don't have to do your homework. You don't even have to Google. Like before, a couple months ago, you could be like, oh my God, I don't know how to make this recipe. You didn't even have to have like your Nana pass down this information. You didn't have to go read a book. You didn't have to go to a culinary class. You could just like YouTube it. You could just like watch a whole video and learn how to make something you've never made. Now, you put it into ChatGPT and it looks at all the recipes. It finds the best one. It breaks it down. It literally tells you like you could tailor it to like how much you need for you. And then if you need more or different things, what if I don't have these ingredients? Like it is like this personal assistant to the point of it's like I don't even I need a second word for lazy because I feel like you're tired of hearing me say lazy. But it's insane. I mean, that's just ChatGPT, and that is just the beginning. Like we're watching the beginning of ChatGPT. Like think to when the phone was first invented, like the first version of that. I don't even know. It's like the first version of the phone. I think it's like those ones that like people used to like, where it was like you had to like hold it and then like hold the other one. It was like you held like the earpiece to hear and then like the mouthpiece. Maybe it was the same piece. No, I think it was two pieces. I don't know. But think of that phone. I don't know if that was the first. I'll put it here. Think of the first one. And think to where we are now, where we have a personal assistant on our phone. We could watch TV, take photos. So think of being born in that generation and then how far we've come since. You and I, we are the, whatever this phone was, to the ChatGPT fucking weird era. Like we're those people. Like our kids are going to be like, damn, like you guys didn't just have your phone in your brain. Like you guys couldn't just, like I don't know if it's really gonna get that far, but you get what I'm saying. Like we are the pioneers to the laziest, less skillful society ever. And it doesn't feel like that because you feel like, okay, anything I need to know, I can just look up. But that's not like how skills really work. Like imagine if you went to go get a surgery and every patient that went in there, like the surgeon was just like, ChatGPT, like, how do I do a shoulder surgery real quick? Like, you wouldn't trust that doctor. It's not like, oh, he's a skillful doctor. You're like, oh, you're just watching a video mimicking it. Like, I don't want that guy doing my surgery. So that's exactly my point. We don't really have these skills just because we have the access to look it up and do it. And I think it's time for us to kind of step back from that. I think as a generation of, letting it happen or not, like we're right there. We're the pioneers. I feel like as the pioneers, we should just turn the ship around and abort mission. Like I feel like we should just be like, no, I don't want to be part of this generation that is gonna be like the beginning of the laziness. We're already so lazy. Imagine how much lazier we'll get in 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Think of like our parents' technology, like what they grew up with 40 years ago versus now. So imagine us now, like what we have, which seems already like, whoa, this is too much. This is scary. 40 years if nobody puts a stop to it. So we need to put a stop to it. I'm actually going to make this into a series on the channel where I explore different skills that I don't have and get good at them and not just like rely on the convenience that's available to me, not just sitting there online and ordering a whole new summer wardrobe just because it's summer, or ordering DoorDash to my house because I'm too freaking lazy to just even go pick it up. We're not even talking about like making your own food. We're at the stage in society where people are not just too lazy to make their own food, not just too lazy to eat out the food that they're getting from outside. So it's not like just you're gonna go fetch it, bring it back home, and eat it inside. No. We're at the point where now you could pay someone to go fetch you food that you didn't make, to eat it at your own house because you were too lazy to get up from your couch to go fetch it. This is getting nasty. We are scary and lazy. Like, this is embarrassing. And I don't want to be embarrassed in my generation. And I don't want to be embarrassed of myself. Like, I don't want to just keep, you know, being a part of the problem and like judging it and be like, I wish it wasn't like this. Like, well, I could just make it not like this for myself, and like, so can you. I want to make a video, for example, where I'm going to create my whole summer wardrobe. I'm going to buy a couple things and then make the rest and thrift some and just kind of like make it a thing, not just like sit there and order a bunch of stuff and like, okay, boom, I have now like the trendy stuff. Like, no, like where's the personality? Where's the hard work? Where's like the adventure? Where is it? Another thing that has been bothering me that I already kind of accomplished, this is a video that I shot that's going to come soon, is I love sushi. And I always thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to order sushi forever because I don't know how to make sushi. Like, hello, that's not within my skills, not even within my, I guess, heritage or my, it's not even my family tree. I can't just ask my grandma how to make sushi. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy sushi forever. That's normal. That's what people do. And I was like, wait a minute. No. So I learned how to make sushi. And I recorded it for you and I'm going to post a video. And this is going to be the adventure that we go on together. I want to learn how to do a bunch of things that I don't know how to do. I want to learn how to garden, how to be a house mom. How to be a plant mom, because I am actually the Hitler of plants. I hate to admit it, but I really am a plant's worst nightmare. Like, when plants close your eyes and they have a bad dream, it was like that they came over to my house and I forgot to water them. And I hate that. And I don't want to be a bad plant mom anymore because I feel like plants are so important. And I want to have these skills. I want to look at a plant and be like, oh, it needs more water, less water. Or like put my finger on the soil and be like, it needs more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be that in tune. I want to grow veggies. I'm not saying I can grow like avocados in my backyard. I understand some things are, that they're better where they're at. Some things you can't just grow in your backyard, and that's fine. But then there's things you can. And I feel like, okay, I want to learn how to grow that in my backyard. At least what I can do right now. I'm not saying I'm going to plant a mango tree while I rent, but maybe I could grow a little, I don't know, tomato plant. Maybe I could grow a little strawberry. Who knows? Like, I need to do that. I need to learn. What else do I want to learn? A bunch of stuff. Okay. I'm going to make this into a series. I feel like as a generation, we need to take back control and not just allow ourselves to be lazy and unskillful and, in a sense, worthless. Because think about it, like your worth as a human at the end of the day is connected to all that you can do and provide. Like, that's why we say like, oh, us women, we're so valuable because we bring life. Like, you kind of like think of like what we can do and put like a value on it. Like, wow, like women, we're just like, we're just like the best. Like, we create life and we can feed our baby and da da da. And it's like, exactly. You see how you're comparing it to what you can do for the world? We should know how to do all these things for our families, for ourselves, just to be like a self-sufficient human, and not just like accept that we don't know how to do these things, or that we were never taught, or that like, oh, why would I need to learn how to do that? Like, I can just go get a new one, or I could just go buy, or I could pay someone to do this. Like, think about even services that we don't even think to do ourselves anymore. Like, growing up, I always watched my mom do her own nails and toes, and now that's not really the norm. Like, now everybody goes and gets their nails done and their toes done and their hair done and trimmed, and it's like, why are we paying people to like trim our hair? I'm not even talking about things that it might take someone a little bit more skills to have, like okay, you need to know how to like do a bleach and tone, like, but I'm saying like, we don't even know how to cut our own hair. Actually, I do cut my own hair, but not me trying to give myself props. Actually, you don't know how to do it. I know how to do it. I'm kidding, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, we pay everybody for every service ever now. Like, we pay people to do our hair, to do our nails, to give us a massage, to freaking decorate our homes, to make all of our food, basically, to groom our pets. Me thinking as I am looking at my cat. To edit our videos. Which I edit my videos. You know what I'm saying? And the lazy thing, and like what everybody usually talks about, is like, oh, hire an editor and this and that. And there's obviously going to be a point in my life where I'm going to have to hire someone to edit for me. But I already know how to edit. Like, I could actually edit as a job, you know? And that's a great skill. Like, now I know how to edit videos. I know how to take pictures. I know how to edit pictures. I know how to edit audio. Not me like hyping myself up. I'm kidding. But you get what I'm saying? Like, the more skills you have, it's like, wow, like I have all these things that I'm good at, or even like semi-okay at, things that I can like do if I needed to, or things that I'm self-reliant on. Like, I don't need to pay someone to do these things for me. There's going to be a point where probably I will want to pay someone to do it for me, because maybe obviously my career is at a different spot and I'm like, okay, I can utilize this time to like create more content or do X, Y, and Z or whatever. Or maybe I have so many kids by then that I'm like, girl, I don't have time for this. And that's fine. So that's a point where you pay for convenience. But the part that I see wrong is that we don't see it as like we're paying for the convenience. It just feels like that is the only way to have that thing. It's like, oh, if you want to make videos, you have to get an editor, because girl, how are you going to know how to edit? It's like, girl, learn. Like, I didn't know how to do any of this. Like, I didn't know how to like set up like mics to a computer to like record audio, and then how do you match that with like what you're recording, and all the things that I never knew about podcasting. I had to go and like look up and watch videos and learn, and I'm still learning. Like, I'm sure I'll watch old videos 5 years from now. I'm like, wow, the quality of the audio is so ass compared to like what it is now. And stuff like that, because I do the same thing with sewing. Like, I look at stuff from when I started sewing, I'm like, I can't believe anybody ever bought this. And you know, it's just like skills take time to develop, but it's still good to have even just basics. And then from there, if you like it, you learn more, like taking pottery classes or whatever, like whatever you want to do. It's just good to explore and learn and, you know, evolve as humans. Like, we shouldn't just stay stagnant in what we already know from school, because I feel like that's where the end of a lot of our education is for most of us now. Like, we don't really, I mean, I guess like you go to college, but I'm saying like even that's just like you're just learning class stuff. Like, you're just learning about more of the history of a certain country or biology or math. Like, you're not really learning how to like fix your roof if it falls on you, or how to rewire your electrical system, or how to make bread from scratch in case of a zombie apocalypse. And that's all that I have for today. I'm gonna be starting the series, so I'm super excited about it. And yeah, I hope this inspires you girls to like go and learn a freaking skill, bitch, because being lazy is not cute, and we shouldn't be the pioneers to laziest generation ever. Period. Okay, anyways, I love you girls. I'll see you all next Wednesday. Bye.